Matthew Talbot. By the way, volleyball's after this, but the food's here, so probably not.
You'll regret that. All right, let's move this out of the way here. Who's ready for some jokes? Who's at Mariposa to hear something funny? Who's ready for some jokes? Yeah! Because I have none. I've run out. Been doing this for about 15 years. I'm creatively bankrupt. I have no more jokes, okay? So I brought my daughter here to tell all the jokes. That's not a joke. It's a species. I initially started doing this, and I would do ethnic comedy, like the God man drives like this, but the man God drives like that. It didn't go over very well. A lot of the people from the fourth plane were unhappy with my characterizations of them. They were very unhappy. So then I tried to do comedy as the character of Meher Baba, but it's hard to sign while holding the mic at the same time. And while all things should be given and received in silence, stand-up comedy shouldn't, right? That shouldn't be given and received in silence. We'll see if I can receive it in silence today. I don't know. Hopefully I can do better than that. I won't be giving it, though. And then I moved on to observational comedy, right? Like Jerry Seinfeld. Like, what's the deal with Mukti? Which, honestly, I don't know. Does anyone know? Could someone tell me? What's the deal with Nirvana Kalpi? Again, I don't know. I just looked this up for the joke, really. And I've been doing that for about 5 or 6 years, 7 years. And so I ran into jokes. So all I'm going to do is Google funny jokes here on this cell phone. And whatever pops up, I'll just do that for 10 minutes. So just give me 1 second to Google. Beep, 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 beep. What?
You have Wi-Fi because you were taking that time.
I have 5 bars. I'm the only one here who has 5 bars. I have stolen all your bars. Okay, just a second, I gotta Google the word funny joke so I can say some funny jokes. All right, I found a funny joke here. Why did Meher Baba cross the road? All right, to catch the mischievous... You want to step on my punchline? Is that the plan here? All right, let's try that again. Why did Meher Baba cross the road? To catch the mischievous chicken, because regular chickens cross the road, so certainly the mischievous chicken would also cross the road. This guy got it over here, right? All right, see, there you go. It's funny how that just popped up when I Googled funny jokes, and I'm not on the lock screen of BJ's phone at all. All right, let's Google that again and see. Okay, next joke. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Baba. How'd you guys end up here when you don't even know who Meher Baba is? Fortunately, if you listen to the twins talk, you'd learn a lot about it. Okay, who listened to the talk today? Yes, who listened yesterday? Great. All right, here's another one. Let me check this out. How many Baba lovers does it take to screw in a light bulb? Any ideas? Okay. Mara?
Chris.
147.
That's a very specific number. No, the answer is 40. The answer is 40. 1 to stand on a chair to screw in the light bulb, and the other 39 to do a full arty to the chair. All right? So that's the exact answer that you need. But I'm very happy to be here. I've been, going to these types of events since I was a little kid, and I love being born into the laziest cult of all time. I appreciate that. All we do is show up. We don't really do anything. A lot of other cults, if you get involved in them, they try to cut you off from reality, right? If you're an Orthodox Jew or a fundamentalist Mormon, you can't use the internet. They want to block you from reality because a lot of these things, they fall apart under reality. Baba lovers, we're allowed to have as much reality as we want. We try to push the reality away, right? People are like, you could tell anyone you wanted about Meher Baba, and instead at work, you're like, no, I'm Jewish, right? You're hiding it. Someone might say Jay Babaji at work, you're like, no. He said, hey Baba. Totally different. Unrelated, right? It's like a dirty secret to be a Baba lover or something. Other religions, they go out everywhere. They're knocking on doors. No one's going out knocking on doors to say the good word of Meher Baba of Latter-day Saints or anything like that, right? We're not going out there to spread the good news. We could do whatever we want. And all Baba really says is to say the name of Meher Baba to someone, right? And get it in their head, and then it's his job to get it from the head to the heart. Which is why whenever I go to a bookstore, I just ask for books on Meher Baba, right? Or if I do a reservation at a restaurant, I say, I put her under the name of Meher Baba, right? So they come out and they're like, Meher Baba, table for 3? Is Meher available? We got your table ready right here. Eleanor gets that over there. She's eating right now. She's chowing onto that cucumber right there. So I'm really happy to be here, and I'm hopeful that on this trip, I don't get in trouble, because I've been getting in trouble recently. I've cut some jokes out of this particular thing to minimize the chance of getting in trouble. When I was in Myrtle Beach last year, as you may have recalled, there were some COVID issues, and they had certain restrictions on where you could go. And I got in trouble for the crime of baking Christmas cookies with my daughter in the refectory, right? Which is not a kitchen I was allowed to go into. I'll spare the specific details. But to me, it made sense, because there's nothing I love more than the Baba Soviet state, right? I remember, I know Adam Caracol, with that stuff on his head, he loves that joke. I know, futuristic bounty hunter Adam Caracol over there is a big fan. He stopped laughing all of a sudden. This is going to go poorly. But I just remember when Meher Baba, he had that old precept where he said, I have come not to teach or awaken, but to lay down rules and regulations, right? That's what he said. But I got confused. I was concerned that Peter Goodman tried to entice me. Do you know what enticement is? I'm not sure that people are as up to date with the legal framework. It's when you try to tell someone to do a law, or to break a law, so you can catch them in breaking the law. And Peter came up to me, and he said, let's go bake cookies in the refectory, and could you talk into my lapel? Right? That was a sign that maybe Peter was like a double secret agent. Now, I frankly deserved it, okay? Because I had been doing a lot of Ouija board on the center. I know. This is a safe space, right? I can admit that. Is this a safe space? No? All right. Well, yeah. Well, she was right. She was somewhere. She left. Yeah, it's a safe space. It's a tough crowd when my mom leaves the audience. She was like, oh, this is not good. This is going poorly. But so anyways, I got in trouble for the refectory thing, and I figured out a loophole. This is why people hate lawyers. I figured out a loophole because there's a porch who's been to the refectory? There's a porch, right? So it's inside the refectory, yet outside the refectory at the same time, right? You didn't enter a door, right? Yes. And I would go there and do the I Ching all the time. I would go there, Ouija board. I'd go to that porch. I would do the Ouija board. This is a very specific joke to people who know. Yeah. It was a lot of fun with Monty Ann. The cookies were delicious. So, as you may have heard, because of this, I was sent to Baba Court, right? I know, that's bad. But fortunately, there's no actual punishment in Baba Court because we're all wusses. Nobody here cares enough to inflict a punishment. And even then, what are we going to do? In Catholicism, if you get in trouble, you have to say like their Hail Mary thing, right? All we have in this religion is like 3 songs and 2 prayers. What are they going to do? Force me to do a full arty? That's like an 8-minute long thing. As long as I steer clear from the American arty, right? Then it's like 45 minutes. But I can do 8 minutes, right? And who would be the judge of Baba Court? I'm the only person who's even close to being a judge here. I can't be my own judge, which is why it's very easy to go to Baba Court. But I did get in trouble recently around Easter time. Monty Ann might remember this. Anyone here enjoy Easter? You celebrate Easter? All right, that kid over there loves Easter. Yeah, a lot of kids love Easter, right? Because you go to Easter egg hunts, okay? You get candy, you go to Easter egg hunts, you get candy. Other religions, mostly Christianity, because they're the only ones that actually celebrate Easter, it's about the death of their Lord and Savior, and they celebrate it by Easter egg hunts. And we're the weird ones, I don't know. But anyways, I'm just saying. So I take my daughter to the local city municipal Easter egg hunt, which we've been going to as a family since like 1987 when we moved there. And remember that? And my brother won the Easter egg hunt in 1987, and my mom, who was apparently not here, has never let me forget about it. She always brings up the story about how amazing it was when Andrew won the Easter egg hunt. Yeah, that's just don't pay attention to your own wife. And so in 1987, I know he's catching strays over here. He's catching strays. And, Andrew, obviously the superior Talbot, no matter what I do, I could have gotten into Harvard but not as good as winning the 1987 Easter egg hunt, right? I could have won the presidency of America, still not as good as winning the Easter egg hunt. But in 2023, I took the Easter egg hunt, okay? And the ages are like 1 to 8. Now, my daughter is 9, so I go, okay, it's fine, no one will care. But when you get in there, throw some elbows, crush those kids, and get all the eggs, right? Because that's how I'm training her. Rules don't matter, and you will dominate everything. Extract maximum resources at all times, okay? At all times. Which creates some problems around the house, because Elizabeth will say something like, oh, could you get my glasses, Monty Ann? And she says, what's in it for me, right? And Elizabeth says, well, just get my glasses, and Monty Ann will say, I gotta wet my beak on this deal. I gotta get a taste off the top. But so we go, we have fun, it's a great time. The next week, Monty Ann is playing with her cousin Mara, who you might have heard singing a beautiful song. Let's give her a hand. Yes, Mara singing a beautiful song. And Mara's very upset. She's very upset because I go up to her and say, why are you so upset? She says, I can never do Easter egg hunt again because I'm 8. So next year when it comes around, I will be 9, and I will no longer be within the age range. I say, don't worry, my daughter was 9. I put her in there. It was totally okay. Nobody cared. And Mara says, no, my parents would never do that. They're not liars. They would never do that. And yes, and now an 8-year-old is calling me a liar. So I'm getting in trouble at the center. I'm getting in trouble here. I just hope I don't get in trouble at Mayorana and get sent to Baba Court. Thankfully, it's completely toothless. Thank you very much. Have a great day. I don't know where to put that. You're too big, I'm too weak. Okay, Monty Ann. Monty Ann, I gotta hit the thing here.